Hi friends, if you're at this point, that means that you're all ready to get started together. I had let Miss Donahue or whoever your substitute know who your groups are. So I've already assigned your groups. So please do not be looking around the room trying to pick who your partner is. You are all going to be working on this at the same time. So she's going to send you into your groups after this is done. You are not ready to get started into your groups yet, though. I need you to listen carefully for directions because these can be really confusing, but they can also be really, really fun. So, Ms. Donahue, if you wanted to actually have them put their iPads down, and if you wanted to play this up on the BenQ board and have everybody listen together, that's totally fine by me. Otherwise, they can listen by themselves. But boys and girls, if you're listening on your own, you need to really turn your ears on and be ready so that you know how to participate. When you get into your groups, you're in groups of 3. Some of you might have a friend absent, and so it'll be groups of 2. You'll be okay. You'll still be able to work. One person's job is going to be the iPad person. They will be the only person that has their iPad in the group. I'm going to use the group of Junior, Abriella, and Teddy as an example. In that group, I would want Junior to have his iPad. So, Junior, you would have your iPad. You are going to go into Canvas student app. You'll go into reading, and you're going to scroll on down here to how do we do the escape room. Above this video will be a link. Okay, there's no video yet because I'm making the video right this moment, but I'll drop the link in here. You'll click the link and it's going to take you to a page like this. Your job, Junior, is to help answer the questions with your team, but also to type in the code. So if you're the iPad friend for your group, that's your job. You get to type in the code on your iPad and you click next. If it doesn't work, your answer's wrong. Person number 2, let's say Teddy, you would have your pencil and the packet. So your job is to record the answers with the pencil and the packet. Person number 3, Abriella, you would just be helping out both people. You're helping to answer questions and you're helping to make sure that they're staying on task. So, for example, this is what the packet will look like. You have here the directions. A mad professor trapped your whole class in the classroom. In order to escape, you must use your knowledge of nonfiction text features to convince him to let you go. Answer the questions at each level and be sure to record each answer. Once all levels are complete, retrieve the completion code to break out and save the day. You must hurry and escape before you remain trapped in class forever. These here, the level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that you see, so the maze, the graph, the dice, the shapes, and then it's going to be this kind of puzzle. These are how you get the code to type in the numbers on here. You'll notice that they look the same, level 1, okay? Then you have the pages with the questions down here. Each level has 4 questions. So here's level 1, question 1, level 1, question 2, level 1, question 3, level 1, question 4. Go down to the next page, what do you know? Level 2, question 1, 2, 3, 4. Level 3, question 1, 2, 3, 4. Level 4, questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then level 5, questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. You will not have this page because you're going to be recording your answers as you're going. So I'm going to go through an example here to kind of help you guys out. Let me come back up to my photos here. Here we go. So these are the questions on number 1, level 1, and I'm going to do the first 2 with you. Up here, here's my pen. All right. So I'm looking right here, level 1, words found at the top of a page in a dictionary that tell the first and last words on that page. Now, we haven't done our dictionary unit yet, so you may not know what these are called, and that's okay. Because looking at our answer choices down here, we know what those are not called. We know that words at the top of a dictionary that tell you the first and last words on the page are not a title, which means they must not be a subtitle either. And we know that an index is something that tells you what the words from the text, where words from the text might be found within the text. So it's definitely not an index. These must be guide words. So number 1 is A. Now, for each level, you can kind of use process of elimination to help you out. Do this trick. I promise it's life-saving. Since we picked A for question 1 here, question 2 can't be A. Question 3 can't be A, and question 4 can't be A. You can only use each letter one time. So now when I come to question 2, a word or phrase given to a text to identify the subject and to describe the passage that follows. Well, is that a title page? No, because if you remember, a title page tells us the author. That's not a title page. A subtitle? Well, I'm not so sure that it's a subtitle given to a text to identify the subject and the passage. Maybe. Okay, so it's either that or it's a title. So since we're not sure about that, we can jump on down to question 3. An alphabetical list of terms, usually at the end of a book, which includes newly introduced, uncommon, or specialized terms. Oh, so it kind of sounds like, well, we use guide words, so it can't be guide words. It kind of sounds like they're telling us about either an index or a glossary. Let's look at the example here. In this example, it looks like they're telling me what each word means. Star, a huge ball of gas in space that gives off heat and light. Is that telling me the page numbers that they're found on? No, so that's not an index. Indexes tell you the page numbers. So that means that this one is C, okay? All right, well, if this is C, then this one can't be C, and this one can't be C, and this one can't be D, because I've used D, I've used C, I've used A, so this last one must be B. Now, using this, I can then figure out my first code. I have 1A. So I'm going to come down here. Let's go into edit first so that I can follow my lines. I'll use a different color. I'm going to follow 1A. So my first one, I'm going to go with A, and I follow this line all the way around, and it leads me to 4. So my very first number that I would type in is 4. Then I have to go back and I have to see what my second answer was, D. So now this time I'm going to follow D. And this does get a little bit tricky because the lines are confusing. Okay, so it was 1. And then I believe our next answer is, I should have just memorized them. Our next answer is C and then B. So now I can follow C around. Do yellow. So 2. And then we're back to B. Which leads me to 3. So here, if we've done it right, it will take us to level 2. Okay, so this is how we're answering these. So on level 2, you are going to answer the 4 questions. And then you're going to use this. So if for number 1, you got B, then your first number that you type in, it's between 6 and 8, would be 7. And then for number 2, if you got C, the second number you'd type in would be 3. And then for number 3, if you got D, the third number you'd type in would be 5. And then for number 4, if the answer was A, you'd type in 1. And once you type in each of those, it should let you move to the next level. Oops. And then when you answer your 4 questions for level 3, if on number 1 you got A, you would add up these 2 dice, 5 and 4, and type in 9. And number 2 you get B, you would put in 4. On number 3, if you got C, you'd type in 8. On number 4, if you got D, you'd type in 5. Level 4 is a little more tricky. If on question 1, you just follow it left to right. Question 1, you got A, it's the heart. Over here, the heart shows that it's 5, so you type in 5. On question 2, if you got C, it would be the spade, you type in 8. On question 3, if you got B, you would type in 3. And on question 4, if you got B, I guess, you wouldn't get B twice, but if you got B again, you would type in 7. Okay? Level 5, you're going to use this one. So if you got A as your first answer, so the first number you're going to type in is 1 plus 3. So you would type in 4. Okay? And then if B was your second answer, the second number you type in would be 4 plus 3, 7. You type in 7. Okay? Then you'd go on to your third question. If your third question you happen to get C, well, 2 plus something is 3. So you type in 1. And then if you got D for your very last answer, 1 plus 2 is 3, so you type in 3. So that code would be 4, 7, 1, 3. You're going in that order, okay? First answer, you've solved that first. Once you get to the end, it should tell you that you escape. If your group escapes today during your time, you have the text features games to play. Okay? I hope you guys enjoy. These are meant to be fun. They're meant to be challenging. I helped you out with the first one, so hopefully that really gives you guys a big hand, okay? You've got this. These text features are a little tricky. We haven't gone over all of them, but use that elimination that we talked about. For example, like looking here at question 4, it's not tags, and they're not text boxes, and they're not search terms. So just a hint, 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 they might be some keywords there. Okay, down here, if you don't know what these are called, those are called hyperlinks. So just trying to help you out with some of these things that you may not be sure of. On a website like this, a drop-down menu, that's called an electronic menu. So that might help you on just a few of these that I'm looking at that I'm not sure if you'll know. But for the most part, I think you're going to know a lot of these. Okay? All right, have fun, enjoy yourself, and listen for your groups, please.